Hello students, in the previous lecture you have studied meristematic tissue. So now we are going to deal with the second category, that is permanent tissue. So let's start with it. Permanent tissue. Permanent tissue consists of living or dead cells which are derived from meristematic tissue. But now these cells, they have lost the capacity of division. Division capacity is absent. So living or dead cells derived from meristematic tissue, derived from meristem, which have lost the capacity of division. The permanent tissue, it is also known as mature tissue. Now the cells of the permanent tissue, they have become mature, they have attained a definite shape, size as well as function. They have become mature attaining definite shape, size and function. Now here we will be dealing different types of the permanent tissue on the basis of origin and composition. Types with respect to origin and composition of cells. The tissue which is formed by apical meristem, the permanent tissue which is formed by intercalary meristem, this type of the permanent tissue, it is known as primary permanent tissue. So, if the origin is from apical meristem or the origin is from intercalary meristem, right? Apical meristem से origin हो रहा है या intercalary meristem से origin हो रहा है, so this type of the permanent tissue, it is known as primary permanent tissue. But if the origin is from lateral meristem, then it is known as secondary permanent tissue. Secondary permanent tissue originates from lateral meristem. Right? Now this was on the basis of the origin. Formation now on the basis of composition. If the tissue contains only one type of cells, in the tissue only one type of cells are present which are involved in similar function, this type of the tissue, it is known as simple tissue, simple permanent tissue. Under this category, we will study three types. One is parenchyma, then collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Right? If in the tissue there is presence of more than one cells they are present, then this type of permanent tissue is known as complex type. एक से ज्यादा cell type present होंगे, then this is known as complex permanent tissue. more than one cell type they are present, but these cell types, they work as a unit. Yes, they are going to work as a unit to perform similar set of functions. Are you getting this? More than one type of cells they are present, but these different types of the cells, they will work as a unit to perform similar functions. Under this category, we will be dealing with xylem and phloem, right? So here in this class, I will be starting with the simple permanent tissue. We will be doing comparative study between these three categories, right? Now the three types of simple permanent tissue. Parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma. The term parenchyma, it was given by the scientist Grew. Collenchyma by the Schleiden, and sclerenchyma by the Martinus. So first of all, we are going to compare these three types of the tissue on the basis of their living or dead nature. Yes, parenchyma consists of living cells. For the living, you please write L. Yes, collenchyma also consists of living cells. Sclerenchyma, it consists of dead cells. The cells, they become dead at the maturity. Dead cells formed at the maturity. Now, cell wall. What type of the cell wall is there? Whether it is thick, thin, what type of the deposition it is going to carry? Parenchyma. In the parenchyma, cell wall is thin, and this thin cell wall, it is made up of cellulose, right? Collenchyma, cell wall is thick. Cell wall is thick, and the thickenings which are present, they are of hemicellulose, cellulose, and pectin. Yes, remember these three components which are the part of the thickening? Yes, please repeat it. Hemicellulose, cellulose, and which is the third one? That is pectin. Thickenings, they are present, but in the collenchyma, the thickenings, they are present in the form of patches. कहीं पर thickening present होगी, कहीं पर thickening absent होगी. So the thickening is non-uniform. Non-uniform thickening. Sclerenchyma, again thick cell wall. Thickening is of lignin. Lignin thickening is there, but now the thickening is uniform. Uniform thickness is there. Now, after the cell wall, we will be looking into the shape of these cells. Shape. Parenchyma. Now, the four types of the shape can be seen. Four types of the shape generally seen. That is, S is spherical, O is oval, P polygonal, and this is elongated. Please write it down yourself. Spherical, oval, polygonal, elongated. Generally, the cells of the parenchyma, they are isodiametric. Isodiametric means all the sides, they are same, right? Collenchyma, again, SOP, spherical, oval and polygonal. And in the sclerenchyma, several shapes are there. This we will study while dealing with the different types of sclerenchyma. तो जब different तरह का sclerenchyma पढ़ेंगे तो वहां पर इन shapes को हम discuss करेंगे. After the shapes, now we will be dealing the presence or absence of chloroplast. Chloroplast, the food synthesizing cell organelle, that is the kitchen house of the cell. Yes, parenchyma, the chloroplast can be present. For present, please write plus. In the collenchyma, chloroplast can be present. But in the sclerenchyma, these organelles, they are absent, they are dead cells. The next one is refractive index. Collenchyma. The term collenchyma arises from the word cola. Yes, cola means shiny, shiny. Now the shiny nature of the collenchyma is due to the presence of the thickening in the cell wall, that is pectin. Pectin की वजह से collenchyma का shiny nature आता है. तभी हम यहाँ पर कह सकते हैं that collenchyma is going to have high refractive index. Right? But in the rest of the two cases, yes, rest of the two cases, low refractive index. Now the next feature, regaining the capacity of division. Yes. All these three, they are permanent tissue. Permanent tissue, that is the ability of the division, the capacity of division. Capacity of division has been lost. They have lost the capacity. But some of the cells in the mature stages, they can regain the capacity. This regaining capacity in the parenchyma present, right? Here in the collenchyma nearly absent, and in the sclerenchyma it is totally absent, right? So now we are going to continue the more differences between these three types of the simple permanent tissue. So now we will see the position of these tissue. Position of these three types of the tissue. Parenchyma is the most abundant tissue. It is the most common tissue, present in most abundant amount in all the plant organs. Present in most abundant amount in all plant organs, due to which it is known as fundamental tissue. Fundamental tissue. Most abundant, right? Collenchyma. Collenchyma is having peripheral position. Peripheral position just below epidermis. Yes, below the epidermis, the layer which is present, that is hypodermis. Hypodermis is collenchymatous in nature. Now this collenchyma in monocots, it is totally absent. In the dicots, in the roots, it is totally absent. In the stem, hypodermis may present है, and in the leaves, it is present in petiole. Right? So monocots and roots, we can say the collenchyma is totally absent. Right? Now coming to the sclerenchyma, generally present in those parts which have stopped showing elongation. Stopped showing elongation. Yes, after the position we will see functions. Now parenchyma, the parenchyma cells can contain chloroplast. So if they contain chloroplast, surely one of the function of parenchyma cells is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis along with that storage as well as secretion. Collenchyma, some of the collenchymatous cells, they can possess chloroplast. So they are also involved in the food synthesis, food storage. One very important function of the collenchyma, collenchyma is peripheral in position as well as it is going to add flexibility to the organs. It is elastic in nature. Peripheral position है और इसके साथ साथ elastic in nature है. And again the elastic nature is going to be contributed by pectin. Due to this elastic nature, it shows flexibility. It gives flexibility to organs. Organs के अंदर flexibility आती है due to the position, due to the presence of peripheral collenchyma. और इस flexibility की वजह से the damage to the stem and leaves due to the high wind velocity, it is prevented. It will prevent any type of damage to stem and leaves caused due to wind. So simply you can say it will protect the plant organs from breakage and tearing which can occur due to this wind velocity when it is higher. So collenchyma, two very important features. One, it can be easily distinguished because of the shiny nature. Second, it is going to add flexibility to the organs. Flexibility to the organs, both the shiny and this flexible nature is due to one component present in the cell wall, that is pectin, right? Now sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma, it will provide mechanical support. It is thick. It will provide mechanical support. Collenchyma is also thick, so it will also provide mechanical support. Both of them, they will provide the mechanical support, but amongst these two, which is chief mechanical tissue. Chief mechanical tissue is sclerenchyma. This is chief mechanical tissue. So this is about the features of 3 types of simple permanent tissue. Now in each category I will be dealing types. So now I will be dealing with the types of parenchyma. If the parenchyma cells, they contain chloroplast, then this type of the parenchyma, it is known as chlorenchyma. So if there is presence of chloroplast, then this type of parenchyma, it is known as chlorenchyma. And now it is known to all of us the function. The function is food synthesis. Right? If the parenchyma contains secretory substances, are there, then this type of the parenchyma, it is known as idioblast. Idioblast. The secretory substances which can be present like the gums, tannins, resins, as well as oil and nectar. Sometimes the parenchyma, it forms a network in which there is presence of abundant tear spaces. There is presence of formation of network of cells, and in network of cells there is presence of abundant intercellular spaces. Right? Abundant intercellular spaces, they are present, then it is known as parenchyma. In these intercellular spaces, there is filling of gas. Yes, there is storage of gas, there is presence of gas. So this will help the hydrophytes in the floating purpose. In intercellular spaces के अंदर gas present होगी, which will make the organs light. So surely it will help water plants in floating. Along with that, it is also present in the terrestrial plants. Water plants के साथ साथ land plants पर भी present है. Land plant में भी present है. Like it is present in the petiole of banana and in the petiole of canna. In the banana and canna, the parenchyma which is present, the parenchymatous cell which is present, that is star shape like this. Yes, can you see this? Star-shaped parenchymatous cells with abundant intercellular spaces where there is storage of air. So now what is the shape of the parenchyma cells? Star-shaped. That's why you can call this parenchyma as stellate parenchyma. Due to the star shape, it can simply be known as stellate parenchyma. Now along with that, there is presence of water, mucilage and food. Yes, the parenchymatous cells, those cells which are involved in the storage, They can simply be known as storage parenchyma. These cells can be simply known as storage parenchyma. And the storage parenchyma is seen in endosperm. Endosperm, it is involved in the food storage, right? It is involved in the food storage. And this food which is present in the endosperm, later on it is utilized for the germination of seed. It is present in the leaves of xerophytic plants like aloe, opuntia, that is cactus. Now, in the xerophytic plants, there is presence of water and mucilage. So what happens? When there is favorable season, rainy season, these plants, they store water in their body. And during the unfavorable season, they will utilize this water. तो रेनी सीजन के अंदर वाटर स्टोर करेंगे और अनफेवरेबल सीजन के अंदर इस वाटर को यूज करेंगे. सो जिस पैरेन्काइमा के अंदर इन कंपाउंड्स का एक्यूमुलेशन होता है, दिस टाइप ऑफ द पैरेन्काइमा इट इज नोन एज स्टोरेज पैरेन्काइमा. सो आफ्टर द पैरेन्काइमा टाइप्स, नाउ वी विल लुक इनटू द कोलोनकाइमा. So now we will study types of collenchyma. So 3 types we will study here. Looking into the first one. As we have already discussed that in the case of the collenchyma, thickenings they are present, but these thickenings they are non-uniform. So can you see here what is the positioning of thickening here? Now these are the angles of the cell. So you can say the thickenings which are present, that is present in the angular wall. Yes, the thickenings they are present, but thickenings they are present in the angular walls. So when the thickenings they are present in the angular walls, such type of collenchyma, it is known as angular collenchyma. So this category is angular collenchyma. Now coming to the second category, this one. Now in the cell, these walls, yes, these wall hairs, these are known as radial walls. And these walls, yes, these walls, they are known as tangential walls. And now here the thickenings, they are present on the tangential walls. Yes, here. In the tangential walls, the thickenings they are present, and you can see here the thickenings which are present, they are present in the form of plates. They are present in the form of lamellae. That's why this type of the collenchyma, it is known as lamellate collenchyma. Thickenings, they are present in the form of plates, so known as lamellate collenchyma. Third category. Now between the cells you can see this space. Yes, these space they are known as intercellular spaces. So sometimes the thickenings they are present in the intercellular spaces. Yes, in the intercellular spaces the thickening they are present. The intercellular spaces they are also known as lacunae. That's why this type of the collenchyma, which is going to have thickening in the lacunae, known as lacunate collenchyma. right? So now we are going to cite few examples for this. Now here you learn one code word, MSC. MSC. For the first type of the collenchyma, example is marigold, stem of marigold. In the second category, example is sunflower. And in the third category, C is for Calotropis. Marigold, sunflower, Calotropis. All of them, they are going to possess the collenchyma and the stem. Now, after the types of the collenchyma, let's deal with the sclerenchyma. Now, types of sclerenchyma. On the basis of form, structure, origin, and development, the sclerenchyma is broadly divided into the two types. Yes, it is divided into the two categories, that is sclerites and fibers. Yes, so we are going to perform the comparative study in both of them. First of all, we are going to deal with the shape. In the case of the sclerites, the shape can be spherical, oval, cylindrical. Yes, generally these three types of the shapes are there. Fibers. Fibers, they are elongated cells with tapering ends. Right? I am making diagram of one scleride over here to explain few features of it. So this is a scleride, almost spherical in shape. It possesses highly thickened wall. Yes. Yes, the red color which I am representing here, this is thickening. Red color, this is representing thickening. So you can see here, highly thickened wall. Due to the highly thickened wall, the lumen of the cell, it becomes narrower. So in this case, highly thickened wall, due to which the cavity, the lumen, it is going to become narrow. Right? And as we have already discussed in the earlier classes, the thickenings which are associated with the sclerenchyma, that is of lignin. Now in certain areas, the thickening is absent. कुछ जगह पर thickening absent होगी. जिन जगह पर thickenings absent है, these areas, they are going to be known as pits. Are you getting this? तो देखिए यहाँ पर ये जो मैंने areas बनाए हैं, in these areas the thickenings they are absent. The areas where the thickenings they are absent, they are going to represent pits. Now in the case of the fibers again the wall is thickened. Again the wall is thickened, but the thickening is comparatively less as compared to the sclerites. Just now I have discussed the fibers, they are elongated in shape like this with the tapering ends. With the tapering ends. Again, wall is thicker. Yes, you can see this thickening. Yes, made up of which chemical? Lignin. Wall is thick, right? And again the areas where the thickening is absent. certain areas where you can see the thickening is absent. The areas where thickenings, they are absent. Again, what you are going to call them as? They are known as pits. Now the next difference, sclerites, they can be branched or they can be unbranched. Both condition can be there, branched or unbranched. Yes, can you guess about the fibers? Always and always unbranched condition. Right? Now the sclerites, they can be present singly or they can be present in groups, loose groups. Singly भी present हो सकते हैं और लूज ग्रुप्स पे भी प्रेजेंट हो सकते हैं. But fibers, they are always present in bundles, always present in bunches. Sclerites. The main function of the sclerites, they provide the stiffness. They provide the stiffness, the fibers, they are going to give mechanical support. They are going to give strength to the plant organs. So now here we have distinguished between the two categories of the sclerenchyma, sclerites and fibers. Now the sclerenchyma, in the sclerenchyma, we are now going to deal with the further categories, right? So now I will deal with the types of sclerites. First category, brachysclerites. Brachysclerites, they are isodimetric. Isodimetric, that is, all the sides, they are same. All the sides, they are same. Now these isodimetric sclerites, they are present in pith, cortex, bark, pith, cortex, bark, phloem, as well as in the pulp of fruits like guava, pear and sapota. Guava, this is amrut, this is nashpati and this is chiku. So while eating these three fruits, yes, you feel some grittiness in the mouth. Yes, while eating these three fruits, some grittiness you feel in the mouth. The grittiness in the mouth is there due to the presence of brachysclerites. Yes, they are responsible for grittiness. That's why the brachysclerites, they are also known as stone cells. Second category is macrosclerites. As the name suggests, they are going to be large size. They are rod shaped. They are rod shaped. That's why they are also known as rod cells. They are present in the seed coat of leguminous plant. Seed coat of legumes. Third category, osteosclerites. Third, osteoscleroids. They are barrel shaped like this. Yes, barrel shape like this, and surely cell wall is thickened. Yes, surely thickened, uniform cell wall, right? Due to this shape, barrel shape, the osteoscleroids, they are also known as prop cells. Yes, the prop cells, they are present in the seed coat of monocots, leaves and seed coat of monocots. They are also present in legumes, but now in the legumes they are present in below epidermis nascens. Yes, I am repeating it again. They are present in the seed coat of legumes, but now in the subepidermal region, that is the region which is below the epidermis. So present in the seed coat of legumes, but now which region? Subepidermal region, that is below the epidermis. After this, the next category, that is the astroscleroids. Astroscleroids, as the name suggests, they are going to be star-shaped. They are star-shaped. That's why they are also known as star cells. Star cells, they are present in the petiole of hydrophytic plant. Petiole of hydrophytes. So I will be citing few examples here like Nymphia, and the another one is lotus. The scientific name is Nelumbo. Along with that, in the leaves of Thea, that is tea. The last category, trichoscleroids. Trichoscleroids, they are hair-like, long, hair-like, branched. They are also known as internal hairs. They are present in the hydrophytes. Along with that, they are also present in aerial roots of Monstera. Aerial roots of Monstera, right? So this is all about the different types of the scleroid. So with this, we have finished the types of the simple permanent tissue. Here we have studied parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now I will be dealing with complex permanent tissue, that is xylem and phloem.